It's summer vacation and you're looking to keep the kids entertained like I am. So this week for the second installment of our summer entertainment guide, we're focusing on things to do for kids. I'm bringing in Jenny Isaminger from Houston Mom Blogs and producer Carlignon Jones to give their recommendations of activities you can do inside, outside, and around H-Town to make it a memorable and fun summer. It's Thursday, June 15th. I'm Raheel Ramzanali, and here's what Houston's talking about. All right, Jenny is in the house. Carlignon is in the house, and we are going to get rid of that. I'm bored.
Yes.
I don't want to do. What am I going to do? I'm so bored, guys. We're going to get rid of that. And this is a unique chat because we've got three different perspectives, right? I have two kids. Jenny, you have two kids. And Carly doesn't have kids, but she is taking care of kids. So we're hitting the entire spectrum. So let's first and foremost start off with what age are the kids that we're talking about? Jenny, tell us about your kids.
So I have a little boy who is 7.5. He would really want me to say that half. So he is going to be in second grade next year. And then I have a daughter who is about to be 11 and going into junior high. So we have some different interests and things that they're into right now, which has really made it a little difficult to please everyone. So I'm glad we're going to get to talk about all this today.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fun chat to get both perspectives. Carlignon, how about you?
So my godkids are 6 and 7. So I have one that's a little girl and one that's a little boy. So, close in age, but they still like different things because, boy and a girl.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And then mine, I have an 8-year-old and an 8-month-old.
Oh,
so
my goodness.
the 8-month-old is easy. You just put her out on the carpet and let her crawl around and figure things out. So we're going to hit on a lot of different things. There are a lot of different things to do in the city of Houston. So we're going to start with the first one. What is the best interactive activity for the kids during the summer? Jenny, start us off.
So I have a couple things that I wanted to share. First of all, obviously, the Children's Museum of Houston is so interactive and very hands-on. There's so much to do, so many exhibits. There's also the Fort Bend Discovery Center, which is in Sugar Land. And my favorite thing there, especially for those late elementary age kids, is something called Kidtropolis, where they get to go around and pretend like they are members of a community. They get a debit card. They get paid for jobs. They get to go shop in this little miniature grocery store. My kids absolutely love it.
Yeah, that's a good one. My daughter just did that one, and she left with a 401k. It was kind of strange. I'm like, they go really deep in this Kidtropolis
They really do. They really do.
Carly, how about you? What's a good interactive activity?
So I'm sharing y'all my summer bucket list. So what I've seen on TikTok, because I've been gathering things, trying to figure out where to go, where to take them. So I saw this thing called Drip and Slime, and it is so cute. They can personalize their own slime. It's a whole slime class that is just for kids. And it's perfect because you can get them out the house to make this slime so your house isn't all dirty and messy. And I just know the kids will love that. On the opposite spectrum of that is something called Creatory. And this is like a kid-friendly cake making class. And if your kids are anything like me, when I was a kid, I thought I was going to be cake boss. So I thought this was like perfect. It's for ages 4 and up, and they get to make their own cake. It's like they have pop-up classes, or you can go to one of the ones that are scheduled on their calendar if you go to their Instagram, which I'll link in the show notes. But yeah, I think everybody should check it out. And for parents, if you want to go another day without your kids, they also have like a sip and cake class. I guess that's what we're going to call it.
Cool. I think everything is just now turning into sip and blank, right, Jenny?
Yes.
Like we just, it's like sip and yoga,
Yep.
sip and cake. Yes, you just put sip in front of anything, you're good.
And we're like, I'm there.
Exactly.
I'm going to show up.
The best part about your recommendations, Carly, from a parent's perspective, making slime and cake at home is the worst
Exactly.
cleanup, right?
I do it there.
So you're paying somebody to clean it up. I love that. That's a really good way to start the summer. They get interactive, and we don't have to clean up, Jenny. That's the best part.
That is the best part.
So for me, I'm recommending 2 OGs, all right? Moody Gardens in Galveston. And I love this one because the drive itself will take up an hour as well. So you keep them in the car, you get to chat with them, you get to hang out with them. And then you've got so many different activities to pick from, right? The pyramids, you've got the 3D cinema. There's just so much to do there. So I love Moody Gardens as an interactive experience. And the other one is actually on the way, so you could double dip. But can we give some love to Johnson Space Center?
It's so great.
That is still the best. No matter how many times you've been there, it is a fun, interactive, and educational experience as well in the summer.
Exactly. We were there a few months ago, and it's amazing how many hands-on activities there are for the kids. And even like we did a VR experience and they loved it. It was really a great day.
Yeah. So that brings us to our next one. It's a perfect segue. The best educational experience. We want the kids to stay smart. We want them to stay excited about learning. So give me a good educational experience, Jenny.
So go spend the day at the Houston Museum of Natural Science. That place has so much to do. They have this brand new shark exhibit right now. The shark exhibit takes up an entire floor. They'll get to touch a shark. They'll get to go see like a megalodon, I think is what you call it. Those huge giant things they see. It's like obviously a replica. It's not like a real thing. But there's the butterfly exhibit is open, and there's lots of people standing around helping you, answering questions. The entire top floor is the energy exhibit. And one of our contributors, Vicky, just went recently with her kids, and she said it was surprisingly really fun. The kids were like, I don't want to go to the energy exhibit. But once they got up there, they actually spent a ton of time up there. So there's just so much to do. The planetarium is there. You can watch an IMAX. There's just so much to do at that museum, and you can spend hours there. And it's in the air conditioning, which is even better.
That's big.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
huge.
yeah.
That's huge right there. Yeah, you can literally get there when it opens and be there all day long and still have things left to do because there's so much to do there. That's a really good one. Carlignon, how about you? What's your best educational experience for the summer for the kids?
So mine is one that I didn't even know existed in Houston, because when you think of animals, all you hear is like the zoo, right? Well, we have an interactive aquarium and an animal preserve here. And I was like, what? Like, I love it. Like, I went and watched a bunch of videos up on this. There's one in Austin that I've been to where you can feed animals like while you're driving. This one's a little different. It's like that actual interaction with animals up close and personal. And there's also the aquarium where you get to interact with, sea life. And I love that because it teaches kids like the value of animals to our planet. So I just think that that's going to be like such a beautiful experience, and I can't wait to go.
Yeah, and it's such a good one. Like you're talking about taking your godchildren, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my daughter was taken there by her uncle, and it was a blast for her. Like she could not stop talking about it, feeding the stingrays, seeing the giraffes there, petting the animals. And they've got so many members there to help you out that Carly, you just sit back and relax. You just make sure that, the kids are having fun and you keep an eye on them, and they take care of the rest, which I love as well.
Oh, I love that. That's perfect.
All right. For me, the best educational experience, and I just did this over the weekend, is a classic road trip.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Pack the car, get in there with the kids, and take them somewhere, because then you can teach them about life lessons, about road lessons, about why this happens and why this is here. And you can either go to San Antonio, Austin, make it a quick day trip, go out somewhere close, but spend time with them and teach them things that they might not learn in school, right? So just like life lessons on the road, so much fun. Tell them to put up the iPads, make them talk to you. To me, that is the best educational experience. And my dad used to do this with me. We would take a big summer road trip. And I'm telling you, I learned more on those road trips than anywhere else.
That is true.
Absolutely. Even just having them read the signs and what is that word and what does this mean when it's mile marker? We just learned so much just on the road.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's talk about an activity that just screams summer. And this could, look, it's your definition. What is an activity that you go, yes, it's summertime, Jenny?
Baseball. I grew up going to Astros games with my dad, and we've been doing that with our kids. But one thing I wanted to mention is the Space Cowboys in Sugar Land. That's our minor league team here. They have a program right now. It's their reading program where if students read 4 books of their own reading level and you fill out a form, you get each kid gets 2 free ticket vouchers to attend one of their reading program games. I think the games there's specific games you could go to that are spaced out through June, July, and August, but it's for kids from kindergarten through 8th grade. And also Constellation Field, where the games has a playground and a splash pad. So there's just so much to do for the kids there. And then they've really incentivized you to get some reading in this summer. So I love that. And I love that they're doing that.
That's a really good one. Nothing says summer like minor league baseball. I get it. Look, the Houston Astros are here, but to me, minor league baseball is just more summer, right, Jenny? You're outside. It is going to be a little warm at night. You don't have the AC of Minute Maid Park, and the kids are going to have a blast, and you sit there with them. I like that. And it's more affordable.
Yes,
frankly.
absolutely. Yes.
Carly, how about you?
So this one is like a new version of like Urban Air, but it's called Bounce Bounce. And it has all types of stuff in there. There's slides. There's like the big clear balls that you get in on top of the water and like you look like a little hamster, which I've always wanted to do that. Like this is not just for the kids. Carly wants to do it too. They have zip lining, bumper cars, an arcade. There's the ball pits and of course bounce areas for the kids. And it looks so cool in there. Like, you'll have a blast yourself. Just like, well, you probably get a little tired. But, once you go in there, you have the kids get wore out and get to do all the activities. Once you take them home, they'll just go to sleep. And that's the perfect day. That's the perfect summer day.
That's good. Yeah. And as long as you can join them as well, they're going to appreciate it too, right? Like they want to see you fall and you have fun as well. And they're going to be like 100% more invested in that.
Yep.
So that's a really good one right there. All right. So mine is, yes, we're going to the beach, all right, but a specific activity. We're heading to Surfside, surf lessons at Surfside. There's so many different places you can take surf lessons at Surfside. This is a total summer immersion, okay? You are in now. You're out there enjoying the warm waters of the Gulf, and you're on the beach, and you're learning something new as well, a skill that a lot of Houstonians don't have because we're like, wait, where do we surf? Well, Surfside has plenty of places and plenty of instructors out there. We'll link in our show notes to some of them, but you got to go get some surf lessons in because we're not traveling all the way to California to do this. We can do this right here, an hour away. Surf lessons screams summer to me.
Oh my gosh, that sounds so fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've been wanting to learn how to surf for the longest, and I never realized we could do it down here. So I'm going to add that to my list.
I like it. There we go. I think we're creating a list for us now. We need an adult summer camp right here.
Exactly.
This is way more fun. Okay, let's stay in the water. Give me a water activity that you can't do during most parts of the year, but you can really embrace it in the summer, Jenny.
So, of course, we have some really great water parks here in the Houston area. We've got Typhoon, Texas, which is in Katy. And then there's a wonderful water park called Splashway that is out in Sheridan, Texas. So it's about another hour west of the city, but I love it for its size and it's not overwhelming, which I can sometimes when I'm in water parks with my young kids, I get a little nervous, but it's a really great location and the people that work there are fantastic. But I also wanted to mention just the amazing splash pads all over the city. Levy Park has a really fun splash pad in the center of its play area, and there's public restrooms on site, and there's plenty of shade. I think it's open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And even in Discovery Green, they have really tall water fountains that shoot up, I think, like 14 feet. And that's open till 7, and the kids love to run around in that as well. And also public restrooms nearby, which is very important to me. But there's so many really great splash pads all over the city. And at Houston Moms, we have like a guide to splash pads in the city and a guide to water parks. So we'll link those in the show notes too for everyone. But there's, no matter where you are in Houston, there's somewhere to go.
Yes, those are really good choices. How about you, Carly?
So I'm also a water park connoisseur. I love a water park. So I agree with Jenny on Splashway. That is a really good one for younger kids, especially because, like she said, it's a smaller size. You'll be able to get around the park and actually ride everything. The lines aren't as long. And I think you can bring your own like luncheon. I think you can bring it's like drinks and everything so you can save money because a lot of water parks don't let you do that.
Yep.
So Splashway is a really good plug. But also, there's a newer one called Big River Water Park. And I love this one because there's so much to do. Like, there's something for everybody to do, no matter if you have the people in your family that don't like heights, that don't like getting on the rides, and like just usually like would sit down. Well, here they have archery, they have axe throwing, they have an inflatable obstacle course, which if you get on that, be careful. I broke like 3 nails falling off of that thing last year. But it was fun though. And like all of this is included in your ticket. So the ticket's usually like $39, I think, depending on what day of the week you go. It's not super expensive. And it's just a really good time. Like everybody can spread out and really enjoy their time at the water park.
Nice. And they have buddy days as well. I was looking this up. So you can bring a friend along as well. So it's like a buy one, get one free. So great for the kids to bring some friends. And it's only about an hour away to New Caney. So it's not that far as well. So good pick there.
Thanks.
For me, I'm going with the OGs again. All right. You can go to Schlitterbahn in Galveston or drive 2.5 hours, get to New Braunfels, enjoy the OG Schlitterbahn as well. You got 2 choices there. Again, Jenny, you mentioned it. There's so many good water parks around the city. There's so many different places to go, but there's something about Schlitterbahn when you go in there and you just leave loving Texas a little bit more. I don't know. It's the branding. It's the way they run it. You just love Texas when you leave. So I'm going Schlitterbahn here. It's just perfect for a summer day. And you really have to earn the slides, right? Like you got to wait in line. And when you finally get to the top and the excitement builds, you've been waiting for 15 to 45 minutes, who knows? Yeah. It just hits hard when you get that slide.
Which one is your favorite, Galveston or the one in New Braunfels?
I like the Galveston one. Yeah. The lines are a little bit shorter.
Me too.
The New Braunfels ones, you gotta drive all the way there and wait in line. I like the Galveston one.
Agreed.
All right, now let's get the whole family involved, okay? Give me an activity that can get the entire family in one place. We can all hang out and really appreciate summer. What do you got for us, Jenny?
So Houston has some great drive-in movie theaters. And there's the Showboat Theater out in Hockley, which is kind of in Northwest Houston. And then now in the new East River development, they have the Moonstruck Drive-In, which what we love about that is that as you're waiting for the movie to start and as it's getting darker, you can watch the sunset over the downtown Houston skyline. So that's happening. You have a beautiful view of the city, but it's really fun to bring your kids. You can set up, you can bring lawn chairs. If you have a pickup truck, you can sit in the bed of the truck, bring your blankets, bring some snacks, and watch the movie in your own car. And it's really just a unique experience that we don't get to have very often. And so the kids think it's just the most fun thing to watch a movie outside, under the stars. It's really neat.
That's really cool. And that's a memory they'll have forever, right? Because it's something so unique. I love that one. Carlignon, what do you got for us?
So I have one that is called AGR Sports. It's an indoor place because, like we said, Texas is extremely hot.
Yes.
But it's kind of an arcade with a spin on it. There's paintballing there, Nerf wars, laser tag, bazooka ball, which I didn't even know what that was. But they have so many activities for
Sounds
the kids.
great.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They can do all types of stuff in there. And then while they're having fun and playing, if you don't want to get involved as the parent, you can sit and go eat. They have a full bar and a full menu of food options. And I think that's the perfect balance for families, where you can kind of get involved, but then go take a seat whenever you get tired and still see that your kids are safe and having a great time.
And you're going to get tired after you play bazooka ball. I don't know what it is, but it just sounds exhausting, okay? It sounds like I'm going to need a whole weekend to recover.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of running.
We're going to need some Advil and some pillows.
That's really good. So mine is a block party. All right, let's throw a block party, invite your neighbors over. And if you are, let's say if you live in an apartment, you can hang out at the pool, invite some of your neighbors over. If you don't know your neighbors, it's a good chance to go meet them and introduce the kids to the fact that you are part of a neighborhood. So we do this every summer. We'll have a big party just in our driveway and we invite all our neighbors over and we're friends with them. But it started because we threw a party. We're like, hey, we don't know our neighbors. Let's invite everybody over and get to know them a little bit. And it turns out like they become our best friends, right? Because we have a lot in common as well. So just a good old fashioned block party. All right. Start grilling, order some pizza, whatever it is. Maybe get some fireworks if it's legal in your area and have some fun and just let the kids be kids on a good summer day.
I love that because you can bond with your neighbors and your kids can make friends as well. That's a great way to get in touch with like the community for sure.
Yeah, and it teaches them about being part of a community. I think we forget that in our daily lives when we're taking them to school and activities afterwards. We just don't have time for it. So the summer is the perfect time to wind down a little bit and embrace that community.
Yeah, completely agree. Completely agree.
All right, last one, a fun, creative activity to do at home with the kiddos. All right, we don't want to take them out. We're tired. We've been going everywhere. We've been driving. We've been enjoying it. Now it's time to just stay at home and do something fun. What do you got for us, Jenny?
So we really want to use the summer to teach our kids to give back in some ways. And there's a really great organization, Foster Village Houston. And Foster Village helps. So in Houston, there's over 2,000 kids that are in the foster care system. And so what Foster Village does is comes alongside them. Their motto is it takes a village. And they supply these families and these children. When these kids enter sometimes into the system, they're coming in with nothing. They have they don't have their clothing with them. They don't have toys with them. And it's up to the foster care families to provide these things. And so Foster Village helps supply the families with this. But one thing they're doing this summer for kids is they're selling these lemonade stand kits for $25, where you get 2 kid t-shirts, some lemonade supplies, and a kid-friendly business plan. And they can set up a lemonade stand and get to sell this lemonade, and then you give your profits back to Foster Village. And so it's something fun they get to do. And like we were talking about, like learning a business and how to sell things, and they can make their signs, and then they're giving back by, instead of keeping all that money for themselves, they're giving it back to Foster Village. So I love that they're doing that.
That's a really good one.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That is awesome. That's a great recommendation there. Carlignon, what you got for us?
So my mom, she never wanted to go camping, and I always wanted to go camping. So something that she used to do for me is set a tent up in the backyard, and we would have like a controlled camping environment. We would go in at the end of the night.
Nice.
But while we were there, we would have the tent laid out. We would have s'mores roasting. We would do the hot dogs on the grill. And we would do it at nighttime to make sure, like, you still have the vibes of outdoors. And sometimes we would do a projector also, like where we would watch movies and things like that, where you're just in your backyard. You still get the vibes of camping and, doing something like an outdoor activity. But you don't have to, drive as far or be around as many bugs, because that's my mom's issue. But it was just a great experience. And I really want to do that for my godkids, because it just was always so fun for me. I love a s'more. I really love s'mores. So that just really always topped it off for me.
That's really cool. No creepy sounds at night either. You get all the fun of camping without the stress of, oh my God, bugs and noises and kids crying because they're scared. Mm-hmm. I like that. That's good. That's a good way to experience it. It's bougie camping. That's what it is.
Exactly. Glamping.
Yeah. Okay, my final one. We've been going ham on these in our house. The National Geographic activity kits are amazing. So they will eat up literally 2 hours of my daughter's time during the day, and she'll learn something. I get to do it with her as well. You can buy these on Amazon. There's so many to pick from. And if you don't want to spend money, you can also just go on YouTube. Mm-hmm. I think YouTube is a great resource to just find good educational activities to do at home, where they learn and experience things with just supplies that you have at home, right? So it'll keep them busy. I love it. It's educational and it's fun as well.
Mm-hmm. Like those at-home slime balls and volcanoes and, yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, like gem building kits, all sorts of stuff. And we make her, it comes with like a little pamphlet, so you have to read it, and it's like a book size almost. So I'll ask her, I'll do a little quiz afterwards. So make her, stay on top of things, but also have a little bit of fun. And you know what? National Geographic rules. So I'm going to give them some love here. All right. We have prepared everyone for a fun summer. There's no more saying I'm bored. We got you ready. Jenny, thank you so much for joining us.
Of course.
And all of the things that you mentioned are linked in our show notes, so y'all can check out the blog. It's great. Carlignon, thank you so much for joining us, and I hope we have you ready to take care of the godchildren as well now, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Because there's a lot of activities to do for you.
Yeah, oh, yeah, for sure. Y'all have me completely ready, to be a fake mommy this summer. It's going to be great. Get my experience in for later in life.
I like it. Jenny, Carly, thank you so much.
Of course. Thank y'all.
That was Jenny Isaminger and Carlignon Jones. You can find the Houston Mom Blog Summer Entertainment Guide in our show notes. Before we go, we already know Houston is a great city for bird watching with our sprawling parks and sanctuaries, and now it is official. We've been named the third best city for birding by Lawn Love. The study measured 14 different metrics like bird species in the area, birds migrating to the area, wildlife sanctuaries, and more. If you want to learn more about some of the birds in our area, I've linked an episode in our show notes. That will do it for today. Thank you for listening, and I hope you learned something new. Thank you for listening. That's all. That is all for today, guys. I can say it.